When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
Well, an inspiring story now to take us towards your noon hour. It's 11:22 a.m. right now. We have an inspiring guest joining us who just a few years ago faced significant health challenges. He had high blood pressure, acid reflux, and gout, but he was determined to reclaim his health without relying on medication, and he embraced running and transformed his life. And now he's gearing up for his 7th marathon this Sunday in New York City. Joining us is Shmarya Richler. He's a 68-year-old Montrealer, and he's going to be running the New York Marathon. Welcome to the show, Shmarya.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Can you share with our listeners a little bit of your story? First of all, where were you in your life before this transformation started?
Okay, I was 59 at the time.
Okay.
And my doctor, who was warning me prior to that my blood pressure numbers were rising, and told me all the different things I should be doing, which of course went in one ear and out the other. And at a certain point in 2016, early 2016, he had me get a blood pressure monitor, which I did, and he checked all the numbers and prescribed blood pressure pills for me. And I filled that prescription on March 20th, 2016. And on March 21st, 2016, I started my journey.
Okay.
At the time, I had, as you mentioned, I had gout attacks. My sugar numbers were rising. I had severe acid reflux from a hiatus hernia. I had extra weight that was not good.
How much extra weight are we talking about? Like a couple pounds or?
No, it wasn't a couple of pounds. I've since I started, I've gotten rid of 75 pounds.
Wow.
So I was up at around 225, 230 at the time.
Okay.
So he prescribed the pills. I filled the prescription, and I decided, in my mind, I was thinking about those little pill, with the little doors that they have where you keep pills for every day. Mm-hmm. Those little pill things, and I said, I don't want that for myself.
Yeah.
So I decided to do something. I had read that running revs metabolism better than walking. I was doing a little bit of walking, but nothing consistent.
Okay.
I couldn't run to the corner 100 meters without stopping and catching my breath. So I mapped out about a 3-mile or 2.5-mile course, a 4K, 5K course. And I would run and walk, use parking meters and telephone poles to guide me. I'll run to this one now and run to the next and walk to the next one. Uh-huh. And over a number of months, I was able to run the whole thing without stopping. And from there, I kept on building distance. And 2 years later, almost a little bit more than 2 years later, June 2018, I ran my first full marathon.
My goodness.
I didn't have any intention to do that at the beginning. It was just a little bit of running I wanted to do, but I guess I got the bug, and I did that, and subsequently followed with another 5. The last one I did was in June, put on by the firefighters in Laval, beautiful marathon. And as you said in the intro, I'm preparing, or I'm here now in New York, getting ready to run on Sunday.
Wow.
Another marathon. So
that's fantastic. Fantastic. I love this story. I love stories of transformation, and I'm always wary of prescriptions to solve problems when I feel like doctors are not encouraging us to look elsewhere first, and to look at our diet, and to look at our general health, to look at our exercise patterns and so on. So I love these stories of people taking on their own health, taking it back, taking it into their own hands. So I want to dig deeper deeper a little bit into that period of transformation, because I feel that that's what people struggle with most. When you leave the doctor's office and the doctor says, here's a prescription, you've got that in your hand, you can go that route, or you can try to take things back. And that's not easy. What was your biggest struggle in those early days when you first started your training?
Well, first of all, to be fair about what doctors will tell you, and my doctor did tell me to get rid of some weight and to exercise, but you know how it is when you go to the doctor for a week before, you eat a little bit less, you try and lose some weight, and then for the week after you try to listen to them, and it's not easy. It's very difficult, and for me it took that wake up call. In the journey that I had, I of course got rid of the weight. I don't like to use the word lose because lose connotates something that you want to find again, and I don't want to find it again.
Okay, well put.
I use the word get rid of.
Get rid of, yeah.
So I got rid of the weight, and I also throughout the process, the acid reflux disappeared. I was popping antacids like candy at the time. That went away. The gout attacks went away. My sugar numbers are good. My blood pressure is now normal. I stopped taking the pills, with the help of the doctor. I stopped taking the pills. And in November 2021, I took those pills with me to New York. I ran my first New York City Marathon then, and I took them with me and carried them with me in the race and threw them in the garbage at the finish line.
Wow.
And I have video of that.
So there was some real symbolism in there for you.
Yes, absolutely. So, but yes, it's hard. It's not an easy task. But what I'm trying to do in doing interviews and talking to people is to show them it can be done. I did it, and if I can do it. I was 59 at the time. It's not easy to change one's life at 59, and I'm 68 now, and I've been able to consistently do it. And for me, again, it was the medication that did it. And everybody has their trigger, I guess, but it takes a lot of discipline. I run every day, almost every day, and to get up to marathon training, it's not easy. So, but that doesn't mean that you have to be a marathoner to do what I did. 2-3 miles a day, or any exercise really. It doesn't have to be running. It could be walking. It could be swimming. It could be a treadmill. I mean, anything that you do, that somebody does, just to get off their chair. I mean, today with people working from home and the sedentary lifestyle, everything's on the computer. Nobody's getting up anymore, and you see it more and more. And you see children in the street, the same story. You see them on their scooters. They're not on bikes. They're on these electric scooters.
Yeah.
So so people have to be active. That's the most important thing. I've spoken to many health professionals, and I've many times mentioned to them that if everybody in North America would do what I did, our hospitals would not be full, and we would not be having a health crisis.
Absolutely.
And they all agree. They all agree with me. To the person, every person agrees with me.
I absolutely agree with that outlook too. And by the way, I just want to let you know that we've got some people writing in on the text line saying congratulations, saying that you're awesome and that you're an inspiration. So they're really appreciating that you're sharing your story with us. I want to ask you, perhaps as a final question here, do you have any advice for somebody who's struggling with their health issues right now, or maybe thinking that they're too old to get started on a training path like the one that you're following? Do you have any advice to give to those people?
Nobody's too old. I run with a lot of people, and you're not too old, and it's not too late. And as I tell people, getting old is inevitable. Being old is a choice.
I saw that on your Facebook page.
Yes. That's I sent that text into Elias Makos a couple of years ago, and he loved it.
I love it too.
And we did an interview with him at that time. But as far as you have to start. Habits take about 30 days to build. Once you've done it for 30 days, it becomes part of your life. But at that 30 days, it's hard. And don't bite off more than you can chew. People ask me, I have to get rid of weight and this and that. I say, don't pick a number. I didn't pick a number of how much weight I wanted to get rid of. I didn't say, I have to get rid of 75 pounds. I looked at it the same way a runner will look at a marathon. They don't look at how much is ahead. They look at how much they've done.
That's right.
So when I've run 10 miles, okay, I've done 10 miles. Let's get the next mile. So the same thing with weight. Get rid of 5 pounds, then see where you're at that point. Don't say to yourself, I need to get rid of 75 or 100 pounds or whatever it is.
Shmarya Richler,
get rid of the 5 pounds.
We're going to have to leave it there. That's fantastic advice. And like I said, our listeners are loving it. You're getting lots of positive messages on our text line. Thank you so much for speaking with us today. And best of luck in your marathon coming up.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend.